If you like what you hear, please take time to review us on Apple Podcasts and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Also, if you'd like to be on the podcast, let us know, or if you have someone you would like us to feature, let us know that as well. Welcome to, this is our first episode for 2020 of the Business Lifestyle Podcast, and we are on location at Robert Yazbeck's office at, I don't even know your address at the Coldwell Banker office here.
We're at 350 South Lincoln Avenue.
Perfect. And we're in our little makeshift studio, which is looking pretty cool. And maybe, can I say that maybe you will make it a studio?
Possibly, yeah. We're looking to do the same kind of thing. So we're excited that these guys traveled all the way here to put together a studio at our office. And hopefully it's working out well.
Awesome. I think so. I think it'll be cool. Really nice. So how was your holidays?
Really good. Really good. I've got two little ones. So, you know, I'm relieved that they're over. But, you know, fun for sure. We stuck around town and just kind of stayed mellow and around home and went skiing and that kind of stuff.
Nice.
How about you guys?
That's what we did too. My dad wanted to do, lives in Hayden, he wanted to do Christmas at his house or at their house, my parents. And so my mom is really anal about every ornament in its own little box. And so she has like 8 million boxes for Christmas. So it was like a train of trying to get everything out of the garage and get it set up. And like 2 days later, everything was set up. And they put it away last weekend. He goes, okay, I had it. I'm good. We can have it somewhere else next year. But so Parker and Hannah came up, and we just had a great week of just, hanging out. We came up here and shopped for Christmas stuff and spent a whole day. And it was just great. So it was nice and relaxing, good family time.
Perfect. That's great.
So was ours. It was fun. I have 2 young kids, so it was fun. And our neighbors, and we snow machined and barbecued and just had a good time.
Yeah, cool.
Excellent.
Yeah. So we will jump right into, which everybody loves it when I say jump right into, but how you got to Steamboat and kind of what your background is as far as where did you come from? And
Sure. Yeah, so I was born in Jacksonville, Florida.
Nice.
And lived in several towns in Florida. I grew up in Clearwater area on the Gulf Coast of Florida, and then went to school in Gainesville, Florida, and came out west as a youngster. Did some traveling and worked at some national parks and things. And
fun.
I was at Lake Powell doing a seasonal gig there, and a good friend of mine had grown up in Golden. And knew Steamboat really well. And my girlfriend at the time and I were looking to do a ski season somewhere back in 2002. And he talked us into Steamboat. So
awesome.
And that's how you came to Steamboat?
That's how we came to Steamboat.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, you got to listen to the song, it's called like Jacksonville to Jackson Hole by Wildflowers or something. That's the exact song.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. That's good.
You'll have to listen to it.
Our life feels like a song sometimes.
Yeah, that's your song. Yep.
It does. But it just, obviously, when you were here, it hooked you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
which
actually...
this valley is known for.
Yeah, we actually did a little road trip, and we hit Lake Tahoe and Aspen. And at the time, we didn't really know much about either town, but we got, super fortunate looking back to have picked Steamboat.
Right.
And we ended up... actually camping up near the hot springs, Strawberry Park Hot Springs.
Oh, very cool.
When we were in Steamboat for a few days. So we always say that the hot springs is a part of why we ended up here too.
Yeah.
Because we were there every day of our vacation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
On that trip, so.
Right.
Yeah. So moved out here in 2002 and came for a ski season.
Right.
And, stayed for the summer and never looked back. That's a real common story around here.
It is. So. It really is. Yeah. Because there is something about our area that even if we leave, we still come back.
Yep.
I'm from Hayden, and we all couldn't wait to get out when we graduated,
Yeah.
And we all went off to college, or most people did, and everybody came back. The majority of my graduating class was 48 people, which is the largest graduating class in Hayden, FYI.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, I know, right? Claim to fame.
There you go.
But we all kind of ended up back in this area. Very few people live out. There's some that live in Junction, whatever, but very few people live out of state or out of the area. It's just there's something about this valley that just brings you back, Yeah.
No question, yeah. And you were both born and raised here?
No, I am actually from San Jose, California.
Ah, okay.
We moved here in '78. My dad had been coming hunting here because my uncle lived here. in Hayden, and he'd been coming hunting here since the early 60s. And he was a draftsman for Federal Pacific Electric, and one day he came home and told my mom, I'm out. We are out of California. I've had it. He grew up on a farm in Nebraska, and then his parents moved when farming in the 50s was kind of fading away. You know, the farmers were really having a hard time. And so my grandpa was a machinist for Lockheed. And so they moved to California, and he'd had enough. And he's like, we're going to Hayden, Colorado. And my mom's like, what? 'Cause my mom's a beach girl. You know, she is like, yeah. So it was a little bit of adjustment for the first, 10 years.
Yeah.
But she finally adapted. But so I've lived in Hayden since 78. So I went to high school, or, elementary school there. I started in like first grade and graduated and stuff. But you leave and you come back.
That's what.
So.
That's
We're
great.
third or fourth generation here, so we've been here a long time.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
My
great.
dad always says every time we drive through Steamboat, oh man, I remember when this was just a ranch town. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember over here, this was so and so.
Yeah. Because your dad went
I
to school
love
here and
talking to
stuff,
those
right?
guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The
yeah,
people
just
that
the history.
know this town.
Yeah,
from when it
it's
was
so.
nothing.
Exactly.
The chariot racing, that was huge here. My grandpa was huge. My whole family was huge into that.
That's great.
Yeah,
It's
that's really
awesome
cool.
history.
Neat.
So what made you decide then real estate?
We were here for a few years, and I got into real estate honestly because I just wanted to learn more about it to buy a home for myself.
Right.
And then once I, started studying and learning more about it, realized I could also help friends and family and whatnot. So kind of got into it that way,
Right.
and then discovered that I had a passion for it,
Yeah.
and just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
So kind of stumbled into it.
I was just
you
gonna say,
know.
isn't it cool sometimes how stuff's thrown in front of you and you don't even realize it at the time?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Most people don't, most kids don't say they want to be a realtor when they grow up, right? When
That's
they,
true.
When they get
That's
asked
true.
that. So
Yeah.
definitely something that, came to me after living in Steamboat and seeing the neat homes and architecture.
Right.
And, real estate's an integral part of any town, but I think
Right.
a little ski town especially. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we just have a lot of different styles, not necessarily subdivisions and tract homes, but just
Yeah.
different styles of architecture.
Custom
And it is.
and-
You drive by and you go, oh, I always wonder what that house looks on the inside, and then
Yeah.
eventually you get to see it because they list it or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is always kind of what was my thing. I just really liked helping people and liked looking at houses and
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, every home is unique in
Exactly.
Steamboat, right? And
Yeah.
there's, tiny little homes built the turn of the century,
Right.
and giant homes right next door, right?
Right,
So
right.
it's a neat mix, and
That's really cool.
there's really no two homes that are alike,
Right.
So
Right. What changes have you seen? Have you really noticed, or one specific change over the years that you've been in real estate, as far as like the housing and things, or have there really been? It's still just kind of everybody builds what they want.
No, I mean there's been a lot of trends for sure. Back when I first got started, everybody was, buying up lots. I got in the business in 2006. So just kind of at the tail end of
Right.
the, run for most of the world or country. And right when IntraWest bought the ski area from,
That one place.
who was it? IntraWest bought the ski area from, American Skiing Company.
Okay.
Let me try that
I
again.
knew that. Yeah.
So I got in the business in 2006 when, right as IntraWest bought the ski area from American Skiing Company. So the market in Steamboat went crazy for another 12 months after the recession was already,
Right. Yep.
apparent to most of the
Right.
country.
That's right.
But back then I was representing, builders and developers that were buying up these duplex lots for interest, for instance, and, building these high-end duplexes on them. And land was going,
Just
as
rolling.
fast as you could imagine. You just list something and it would sell, especially
Right.
a developable lot.
Right.
And now we're sitting on lots for, 7-8 months,
Wow.
and prices aren't even back to where they were for development
Really?
properties. Yeah. And nobody's really building that standalone duplex townhome concept either anymore. And that was the hot thing, when I got in the business. So
Yeah, and the thing I always liked about your townhouses over here, the duplexes, they looked like single family homes.
Yeah.
Even though they were, sharing a common wall. I always liked that, like up by Fish Creek and stuff. The style of it, because what I would think was a townhouse was, vertical, and they were just really cool. I thought had a cool look to them. So I would totally, if I was looking for even what I would say would normally be a single family home, I'd jump to something like that because it had that appeal of a single family.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that
Absolutely.
everybody's just kind of cooled off on that.
Yeah, it was amazing to me that, those duplex townhomes were selling at, same price per foot or more in some cases as the single families back then.
Crazy.
There's still some of them being built, but I think the market got a little flooded. And then when people started building again, after the recession, everybody was building smaller single family homes.
Right.
So now we've got a lot of those on the market, and there's really not too many, high-end duplex townhomes.
Duplex.
So what do you think will happen with those lots? Will they try to rezone those or just kind of hang on to them?
No, I think, they're just going to be absorbed a little slower. I think a part of it is that building cost is so high, right? That
We see that too.
even people sitting on lots, even builders that have lots are deciding not to build.
And what's the square footage build price average over here?
I've heard in the high end now, not even, exotic, ultra
Right.
luxury, but just, high end steamboat
Just
luxury,
below there.
like 450.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's the most recent thing I've heard from some
Wow.
builders.
Yeah, so it's like 135 to 150 comparatively in Moffat County.
Yeah. And, as long as I can remember, it was 250, 300 here.
Yeah.
Right.
So hearing those numbers in the
Yeah.
400s for cost to build is just crazy.
Yeah. So that keeps the existing construction tight then, when somebody has even if it's an older home, it goes really fast then. And
Yeah, I mean, it still makes more sense to
buy
buy than
existing.
build, unless
Yeah.
you really want
That's
that,
true.
to build
Yeah.
and you want that perfect thing that you can't find.
Right, and put your stamp on it and whatever. Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your average on market?
Days on market, we're up to close to 7 months across the board.
Really?
How about you guys?
Gosh, right now it's about 3
Yeah.
months
Yeah.
average.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really surprising. I thought the
Yeah.
7 would be. That seems high.
Yeah.
Do you think is it just what's driving that? Because Steamboat always gives the illusion to me anyway that it's pretty well moving right along.
Moving really fast and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think Steamboat's still kind of a, sleeper, fairly slow moving
Right.
town, but particularly as you compare it to other,
Right.
ski towns.
Right,
in
resort
the area.
area, the second home market and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which that second home market's always the first to go in a recession because
Mm-hmm.
people get rid of their second homes and whatever. But
Yeah. We learned that the hard way in 2008.
Yeah, we
Everybody
sure
said,
did.
we're in a bubble, you know what I mean? I remember
Yeah.
even the
Oh, yeah.
people that have been in the business for 20, 30 years, they, were convinced that we were in some kind of bubble and
Yep.
we weren't going to be affected by the recession. But
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
said
it
the same
happened.
thing in Craig too. We're in a bubble, and I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna. It was behind what the rest of the nation was, but we still got it, and
Yeah.
you guys did too.
Yeah, and we were behind because of Intrawest buying the ski area. That was such
That
a
was the drive.
big event in
Yeah.
Steamboat that drove our market for another 12 months. So instead of going into the recession first,
Okay.
we ended up late going into it.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of interesting.
That's
But we
interesting.
definitely
It
came
is.
out of it late,
Yeah.
right? We're
Yeah.
3 or 4 years behind
Yeah.
Denver
Right.
and Boulder.
Right. Right.
And the values here are still really good too. I mean, I think that
Mm-hmm.
kind of speaks to your question as well. Why the days on market, what drives that? We're not back to the peak prices of 2007 and 8,
right.
right, in Steamboat.
Yeah.
So it's still a really good value.
It is still affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the first time home buyer affordable, but still affordable for people looking.
Yeah, to be clear, I mean, it's relative, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm. Right.
it's not affordable, don't get me
Right,
wrong, but
right.
compared to world-class ski towns in
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Colorado
Yeah.
and surrounding
It's good
states,
price.
it's a really good value. Yeah. But yeah, don't get me wrong, trying to buy a
Single
home on a
family,
modest
yeah.
income, and,
Oh yeah.
middle class, if that exists or whatever, that's
Yeah.
a tough
Tough.
thing to do in
So you
Steamboat
just
for
send
sure.
them on our way.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
We take care of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so, a lot of people end up going to, Hayden,
They do,
Oak Creek,
yep.
Clark, as they get priced out
And
of
Craig.
Steamboat.
Yep.
So.
It just keep moving.
Oak Creek has
Yeah.
really grown.
It has. Well, a Stagecoach. Everybody seems to want to live there. You and I had a mutual client that
Yeah,
got a house out there, and
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
yeah.
We'd like to give a big shout out to E&L Signs for being our sponsor of this podcast. E&L Signs serves Western Colorado and Eastern Utah for all your screen printing and vehicle lettering needs. With over 30 years experience, Ed Moore will get it done for you. So remember, E&L Signs.
So are you seeing the Front Range people coming to Steamboat, we see a lot of that. Yeah, they want out of the Front Range.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our biggest feeder market, the Front
Yeah.
Range of Colorado, no question about it. With Texas being number 2. So yeah, no question. And now with the Icon Pass, I mean, so many more people have a ski pass that works in Steamboat now.
Yeah,
So we're seeing even more people come up the
That's
last couple
awesome.
years.
yeah,
Yeah.
good deal.
But yeah, I've got a ton of, obviously a ton of clients from the Front Range
Right.
and several agents from, Fort Collins, Boulder, Denver that refer us,
Nice.
multiple people over the years. So
Nice, nice. And so they're seeing, I think, a little bit, from what I understand, slow down on their market.
yeah, which to
People.
them is, changing from 3 days on the market
Right.
To regular.
2 weeks or something.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
exactly. No more
Yeah.
fights on the lawn for
Yeah.
your client to get the property, but yeah.
They only get
That's
5
crazy.
offers now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of
Something instead of
15.
30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So it's all relative. They
It is.
they
It
definitely
is.
are talking about it slowing down, and
Yeah.
they have no idea what looks
Right,
like
what
in
slow
this
is,
area, yeah.
really. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think things are going to affect your market with what's happening in Craig as far as, people are talking about tri-state and, the 2030 deadline, which is still 10 years away. It's not like it's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Plan. But do you think that's going to affect, or your driving factor is going to be the ski and the resort, and it's not going to be an issue?
I don't know. I mean, I think we're all connected. Obviously Craig's a part of the Yampa Valley,
Yampa
right? I
Valley,
mean,
that's
we
right.
both work in Hayden.
That's right.
So Hayden is I don't want to say, is a bedroom community to Craig or not? Would you say
I think
that?
it's a bedroom community to
Yeah.
Steamboat.
Definitely
Do you
to
Yeah, I think
Steamboat.
it's the
Craig?
Steamboat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it's about halfway between,
it is.
right? Craig and
is.
Steamboat. You guys
Yeah.
work with people in Hayden, and so do
Yeah,
we.
that's
So
right.
I think
Yeah.
we're all connected. I think it'll definitely have an effect, but definitely Steamboat's primary driver is the
Skiing.
Steamboat
Right.
lifestyle. And to be honest with you, it's not necessarily the skiing. I mean, there's a lot of people moving to Steamboat as their primary residence. Just to get out of the city. Location neutral business people
Yep,
come
we're
to
seeing that
Steamboat
too.
because they can work from anywhere.
That's right.
Right?
And
So
it's
why be in the
quiet,
city?
and they can go hike, and they
Yeah.
can, that kind of back to roots. That's what I keep saying. Lifestyle is kind of
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. This has been a while. It's a study I saw years ago, but if you look at the number of skier days in Steamboat on a graph compared to, population or average income and that kind of thing, it's completely, the number of skier days is almost flat since the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, people don't realize that.
Wow,
Whereas the
yeah.
population has grown a ton, and the income per capita has grown a ton as well. So that curve looks more like this.
Right.
So Steamboat would
Huh.
exist whether there was a ski town here or not, or whether there was a ski area here or not.
That is fascinating. I did not
Yeah.
even think about that because
Yeah,
I just
that's
figure
pretty
everybody's
awesome.
coming here to ski.
Yeah.
So they're coming here for the good life, which is what we have in the valley.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think you'd be
they're so
amazed
blessed.
at how many people don't ski. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not really the driving
Yeah.
force as to why they're here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't ski.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried
I've
it
never
like
skied.
one time.
Yeah.
And it was a train wreck, so I had no interest to do it again.
That's
but
funny.
but I'll water ski, not at Steamboat Lake. It's really cold, but at Elkhead and stuff like that, we always go water skiing
Yeah.
and things. But
We just discovered Elkhead this summer.
Yeah.
That's
Did
my
you?
first
Very
time up there. Yeah, I've heard people talk
That's cool,
about
huh?
it. Yep, that's a really neat spot.
yeah, did you go camping and stuff and take your boat or?
Nah, we haven't done that yet, but just been up there to check out
Check
the
it out.
beaches and
Yeah.
That's fun.
looking forward to getting out on a boat up there.
Yeah, it will be fun. Yeah, you take
So
the
you
kids
have a
lot.
boat.
No, I don't. No, I'm looking
It's a
to
yacht.
I'm looking
Yacht.
to be invited to go out on a boat. I have a boat, but it blows up.
Okay,
Mine
You're
gets,
right. Right. We got a good canoe for you.
Yeah,
we
nice.
got a canoe out in the barn, and it's a Grumman. And Oscar's like, we haven't used that since our son graduated and moved west. Since before that, he's like, I think that needs to go. I'm like, I think it does too. Time to pass it along to somebody else that'll use it. You know,
Yeah.
but we do have so many options for things because we're seeing the location neutral people as well, which is really cool. We had some people from the Front Range that came over that they didn't care as long as there was high speed internet. They were fine living wherever because they couldn't really afford Steamboat, but
Sure.
they wanted to live as close to it as they could.
Yeah.
So we're that place,
Yeah.
whether it's Hayden or Craig or whatever the outlying areas. So it's really
Yeah.
really cool. I think it's really going to continue.
That's neat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we do some river rafting is our boating of choice.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's fun.
coming from Florida, a ski boat or something on these small lakes doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But we love river rafting.
Yeah.
So we get
Are
out
you
and
able to
float.
river raft in Florida?
No, I mean there's no whitewater. There's
Oh, okay,
rivers,
okay.
but there's no
Like, when I went to Mississippi, I was blown away because my friend Cindy, she is like, all get out, but she's like, we're going to go to the rivers, and I'm used to Colorado where it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
I was like blown. I'm like, the water's warm. She's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, the water is warm.
Oh yeah.
She was like, yeah. I'll never forget it.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yep. We're those people back in Florida now. When we go home, we'll go. I say home. We've lived here for 17 years.
Yeah.
But, when we go back to Florida, we try to go in the colder months, so it's not too hot. And we're the people that are swimming in the beach. And,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like nobody else. Everybody's looking at us funny, But you get used to the water temperature out here, and
Yeah.
you go
You're
to
like, this is
Florida,
awesome.
it's like 60, and you're like,
Oh,
this
man.
is bathwater.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And have you taken your
Or
girls to the
70,
beach?
I should say, not
Yeah.
60. It's
Right.
like 70. Yeah.
Right. Have you taken your girls to the beach?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My wife, kind of like your mom, I guess. She's a beach girl
Uh-oh,
at
yeah,
heart, and
yeah.
if she doesn't get back to the beach, once or twice a year, she's
Melts down.
she's
Yep.
losing it. Yeah.
Yeah. We should introduce them.
Yeah.
She's the same way. She's got all these little beach pictures all over her desk and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The little
Absolutely.
beach colors. Yeah.
Yeah, every piece of art on our walls is a beach or something
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah.
That's funny.
something like that.
Gotta get back to the ocean.
So our girls are lucky. They've been to the ocean, more times
cool.
than I can count.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Very
That's
cool.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal. Yeah, we do. We are just really fortunate. It's
Yeah.
really awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
So what else is going on in your market that we should touch on?
It's we just had a really good few months. A lot of properties went under contract before the end of the year. A lot of people
Nice. So
were
good fourth
getting
quarter
in.
finish up.
Yep, good
Yeah.
fourth quarter finish. Prices are somewhat stable, not really increasing much. Days on market has gone up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Pendings has gone up as well. So it's kind of a mixed bag. But I think given the election year and talk of recession and all
Yeah.
that, things are still moving
Still
really
good.
well considering some of the potential negative news
Right.
out there.
Right,
Potential
exactly.
doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you decide to get into the luxury? Because you kind of specialize in the luxury market, right?
Yeah,
And what
yeah.
made you kind of think about? I'm kind of jumping back a little bit, but I
Mm-hmm.
just having to think about why you jumped into that.
I think
Or
again, I
transition,
think
or-
I kind of stumbled into it. I was fortunate enough to meet some folks right out of real estate school, right when I got my
Nice.
license. Met some good clients that were developing those
Mm-hmm.
high-end duplexes that I was talking about. And so right from the start, I was doing the $1 million+, $1.5 million, $2 million homes. Now, that's not our bread and butter, just to
Right.
be clear. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
it's a small town, right? So it's kind of hard to specialize
Right.
in one thing. We've got, excellent marketing plan. We've got some of the best marketing out there for the luxury client, but we work with all different price ranges,
Right.
So
Right.
500 to $1 million is kind of the bread and butter where we do a lot of our transactions, and then we definitely work with the entry-level condos and
Sure.
first-time home buyers and that kind of thing as well.
Right.
So-
Right. Yeah, we do the first time home buyers and farm and ranch and stuff like that. We don't have the luxury home yet,
Yeah.
but we do have a lot of,
Yeah,
Casey
exciting.
is our farm and ranch girl, and she's got a
Mhm.
lot of that higher end
Yeah.
listing, that's a farm and ranch property,
Mhm.
which is kind of interesting as I'm saying that. It's like her farm and ranch listings are like your single family listings here, or lower
Yeah.
single family. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy how just 42 miles or whatever it is difference is big. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to service all clients at a high level,
Exactly.
right? So
Exactly. It's all
anybody-
about
yeah.
hospitality.
Everyone's
and
welcome.
Customer service and the experience.
Yep.
We all are a believer in that.
Yeah.
And we all believe
Yeah.
in Tom Ferry. Is
That's
he's with
right.
us. He's
That's
with
right.
us.
He's
right?
with us.
Yes,
He's,
here in
yes.
spirit, here
Hi,
in bobblehead
Tom.
form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hi, Tom.
exactly. Yeah. He's probably
Yes.
like, oh my God, delete.
That's funny.
Yeah. And you did get to go to the summit. You got to see Chris Voss.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
Yep, that was
Yeah.
incredible, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Always a good time. I'll be in San Diego at the end of this month, actually.
Oh, cool.
for the elite retreat. So that's coming up
that's
here.
awesome.
I
in a
just
couple
had a
weeks.
friend that went to San Diego over New Year's, and she said it was just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Southern California from where I'm from, so
Yeah.
I never thought about it. But there's like quite a bit of, like the naval history and things there, and then
Yeah.
you get like a hotel right on the bay, and
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool town, lots of restaurants and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's kind of our, funny you say that, that's our new favorite beach town. It's easier to get to San Diego
Oh, really?
Yeah.
than Florida or anywhere else. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much, I guess, unless you go to like Padre Bay or something in Texas, but that's about the closest beach town to us.
That's awesome.
yeah, because you can fly out of Hayden
Yeah.
on Alaska Air, I guess, and it's like an hour and a half or hour and a quarter, and you're there.
That's right, direct flights out of
Yeah.
Hayden to San Diego. We
That's
just discovered
slick.
that
That's
a few years
crazy.
ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's neat, definitely.
Yeah. So, but what do you do in the summer? Do you go in the summer? Because then the airport.
No, not
limited,
too
right?
much. I mean, we typically stick around here in the summertime
it's
because
beautiful.
it's so amazing,
so
and we're
awesome.
going rafting and biking
Yeah.
and hiking and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped up. When I was little, I used to do the Steamboat Rodeo for
Oh,
the
yeah?
Pee-wees, and this year my daughter, she's like, my birthday's in 3 weeks, Mom. That means I'm 5. That means I can do the rodeo and Steamboat. And I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
it's been 30 years and it's so cool.
The
That's
next
amazing.
generation.
How old I was.
Yeah. Very cool.
That's awesome. Do you guys have a rodeo in Craig as well?
And we're actually it's pretty exciting. I'm helping get the Maybell Rodeo Club back going.
wow.
It used to be really popular in the 80s.
Neat.
And Maybell, believe it or not, used to have one of the biggest Little Britches rodeos. So that's our goal
There
to
you
bring
go.
that back. So we're
Very
excited.
nice.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah,
great.
Very cool. Yeah.
It's exciting.
There's a neat stretch of the Yampa River just past Maybell. You guys know about that? The
Yep.
Cross
Right.
Mountain.
Yep.
Canyon.
We go there,
Oh,
Lily
yeah,
Park,
yeah,
and all of
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you wrapped
Really
that?
unknown. Yeah. We used
Yeah.
to raft that all the time. Haven't
beautiful.
been in a couple years, but yeah,
I am
that's a neat stretch.
I love Browns Park, and
Mhm.
I just love all the
The
history
history.
and the Tom Horn, and the,
Mhm.
I'm a sucker for it.
I
Yeah.
like all the petroglyphs and stuff like that. Just
Put me
down
in
there
a
at that
cabin
split
in
mountain,
Browns
Echo
Park, and I'll live
yeah.
forever.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Very cool.
That's neat. We're
Yeah.
super fortunate to have the,
We are.
the
We
recreation
are.
abundant in our backyard. I mean,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
insane.
For
Yep,
sure. For
it
sure.
is.
Cool. Okay. Well, I guess we probably better wrap it up unless, what have
Anything
we missed?
else?
I don't remember.
What do you
I think
guys?
we're good.
Yeah.
Was
Do you
that
have anything you
Podcast.
wanna
When's
talk
your,
about
yeah,
that we
when's your
have-
first podcast?
you had like our team on the list,
Yeah.
Your team?
you know,
Yes.
if you want to
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your
ask
team.
about that, like
Yes.
what we do different or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
up to you.
No,
Yeah.
do definitely talk about your team. Yeah, absolutely. Because
You'll
you
cut that out.
you
obviously.
are the. He probably won't.
No, please.
But so you actually the podcast room that we're in right now, the makeshift podcast, soon to be permanent podcast room,
Yeah.
used to be your office,
Right.
and so now you're in the back and what I just called the war room, which was really
Oh,
cool
it
because you
looks
had
awesome.
the rest of your team members in there, and you guys can all like brainstorm and work together, and you were the team lead for your team, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So when I was in this office, I was the managing director of the office, and I was selling as well, and then transitioned from that to building my own team and started doing some Tom Ferry coaching. Actually, I
Right.
coached for Tom Ferry for a couple years,
So awesome.
which was neat, and then just transitioned out of that recently.
So you've
and-
met Tom Ferry like personally.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I was a little starstruck at first.
Yeah,
I'll be
I would
honest
be
with you.
too, yeah.
I was in the room with him close. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're like,
got over
hi.
that. Yeah.
Hi.
Exactly. But yeah, now we've got a team of 5 total.
Awesome.
We got 3 agents, including myself, and then we've got a gal that's getting her studying in now to become an agent, and then we've
That's
got a
exciting.
dedicated marketing guy as well.
Nice.
So that's been really neat to create a team that actually specializes. That's kind of
Well, and
was
you
my
can tell
goal.
walking in that you guys, it's like a family. You can
Yeah.
feel that. Like when
Yeah,
you walk in that room,
absolutely.
it is like a
It-
family,
it
and it's
is.
just exciting and it's fun. And
It is.
Neat.
I like
So
it.
what do you guys specialize in? Are you doing buyer's agent or both, or you have so many?
Yeah, so I work primarily with sellers,
Okay.
and every listing and seller works directly with me. And then we've got a dedicated buyer's agent that works almost exclusively with buyers. So we really specialize in that respect. I'm not out driving too many people around, and he's not trying to figure out marketing strategies for listings and that kind of
Right.
thing. And then we've got our operations guy as a licensed agent as well.
Nice.
So he's available to help out,
Anywhere.
on either front, and he handles, operations and client services. And then the new gal coming in will be a buyer's agent as well.
Great.
And then we've got a dedicated marketing professional that's got, 15 years in the business of marketing and digital marketing and graphic design and all that. So
That makes a big difference. We just transitioned last year into that to where we have a marketing company that handles elevated marketing, does all our marketing. And it makes a big difference
It
to
does.
just tell them, here it is, and they take care of all of the social media,
And it
the
just
ads,
takes
everything.
It's a special nick because could you imagine if I did our marketing?
Yeah. Or niche. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, something, it just, you do what you do best. And,
Exactly.
that's buying and selling real estate for people, helping your clients. And then you have the marketing person that's what they do is
that's right.
that's what they know. And it just makes the team
Yeah.
to have everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We have a transaction coordinator and
Yeah.
sort of an informal team. We don't call ourselves a team, but
No.
but we have everybody.
You guys
that
are a
does it.
team, though.
We are.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we are.
Family.
But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate to have the people I have on my team right now.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's like a
I
good
appreciate you
group.
saying that. I
Yeah.
didn't tell her to say that, by the way. That,
Exactly.
that it felt like a family.
No,
and,
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
that's great.
important to people. And
Yeah.
life is hard as it is. And if we all
Yeah.
just work together and be a family and just enjoy
Yeah.
life, that's what
Enjoy
it's about.
what we're doing. Yep. No question
And sometimes when you do walk into a room like that where people share desks, you can feel that they're uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, okay,
Sure.
I'm here at my cubicle,
Yeah.
I have a client in Fruta who says that her large bank, she worked for the Bank of New York, just downsized in Denver, and they're all in one big room with just like a desk that has no drawer. You're not allowed to have any personal whatever. And she's getting close to retirement, and she says, this just isn't me. I'm not good with this kind of change. And she said, I'm probably going to retire sooner than what I planned just because it's so different. And she said it, you feel like you really shouldn't have a conversation or anything. And we did not get that at all, stepping foot into your war room.
Yeah, I love it.
It's
That's
like you
great.
guys you're all buddies, and you're all, that's really cool. That's what, you want a good team,
Yeah.
a good cohesive unit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that comes across to the clients.
It does.
When
Yeah.
everybody's got a
Everybody's on the
common
same page.
mission and we're all trying to serve the client at the highest level we can. We've
Exactly.
all rallied
Well,
around
and it
the
just
goals.
takes that
and-
next level too. We have clients that are like, "Oh my gosh, I just got to breathe for a minute. Can I sit in your office and talk?" We're like, "Yes." Do you want a cup of coffee? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
They
not
feel
people feel
comfortable to do that.
comfortable,
yeah,
right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and we forget sometimes that, buying a piece of real estate for most people, right, unless they're real estate investors or something, it's the biggest decision,
It
That's right.
is.
biggest, financial decision of their
That
lives.
they will ever make.
Well, and
That's
sometimes
It
we're the
can be
first
super
face
stressful.
that they see.
Mhm.
Like if you have someone coming from Texas, you could be the first piece of Steamboat that they're going to see. How
That's right.
lucky are
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and to be able, it's so fulfilling to be able to, walk people through that process
It
and
is.
help them navigate the market
It
and
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
negotiate hard to get them a good deal and
Yeah.
whatnot,
Yeah.
It is just
to
like-
make that impact on their
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally
huge
rewarding.
event. Mhm.
I always say that about, it's not about, the obviously getting paid is a nice thing.
Yeah.
But just the personal satisfaction that we get to help people like that is just
Yep.
really awesome.
Yeah, money only goes so
That's
so
right.
far to motivate you,
That's right.
Yeah.
You
helping
still have to go to
people
sleep
and-
at night,
That's
You
right.
know,
know
I had
that you
a
did your best.
rancher call
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Hey, I just work. What's the cow per acre? What are we doing? Is it still the same? You know what I mean? Like just to chat and see what's going on." And to me, that's worth everything. That means I'm doing my job. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Absolutely. We always talk about what is the one thing that you do or the habit that you have every day that sets yourself up for success. If you don't do that one thing, your day goes to shit, or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe is a little more bumpy than normal, but what's that
Sure.
habit that you have? If you do
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah, definitely. I'm big on the morning routine, and sometimes it's challenging with a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Right?
But I do my best to do my gratitude journal in the morning, and do some visualization in the morning, and that kind of thing.
Right.
We actually, it's funny you ask. We actually just started the year off with a gratitude journal challenge, and we all have Tom Ferry gratitude journals. which I have some extras if you want
yes.
some.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we love
And
it. Yeah.
challenge the whole team to do a 30-day gratitude challenge. So everybody's
we're totally
doing that
joining
in the
you.
morning for
Yeah.
30 days, starting a few days ago. So
That is awesome.
Yeah.
It is.
I
That's
think it's
really
important to
It is.
start your day right.
It is. Yeah,
That
we
kind of
do
stuff.
this
Vision
is
board.
Casey's idea is vision board.
Have you
Yeah.
read The Secret?
Yeah, well, I watched the movie a while back.
Read it.
Yeah.
Read
Okay.
it. Because like I'm huge on vision board and
Goals
same thing
and-
and
Yeah.
goals and
Yeah.
setting it daily and
Yeah.
Yep.
my kids are like that already too. We have like a 40-minute drive because I actually live in Maybell. So every morning we say what we're thankful for, what we're doing, what's
yeah.
going on. So
Yeah, my daughter and I, my 5-year-old is doing the challenge with us. So she writes
see,
her
I
one
love
thing
that.
she's grateful for every morning. And on the way to
Yep.
school, we talk about that kind of stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Check out The Miracle Morning. Have you read that?
nope.
No,
Check that one out. That's a really good, all about
Miracle
morning
Morning.
routine and stuff. Yeah.
we will. We will.
Yeah.
Because I noticed Parker got me to do meditation a couple of months ago, and I always he was on me before that, and I was like, whatever. First of all, he's the 5 a.m. club, and I am not a
Yeah.
5 a.m. girl, like ever. That's not even a real time.
Yep.
But
I'm with
I
you.
can do it on my own. I mean, like when I normally get up at like 6:30 or whatever, that's when I can do it, and that works for me. But I've noticed on the days that if I think I'm running behind and I don't take the time to do that first thing in the morning, it just seems like I fight my way through the day, and I get
Yeah.
home and I'm exhausted, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I didn't do my morning meditation and and my thankfulness and all that stuff. So those habits are really important to keep,
Yeah.
and to make a true habit.
Yeah. If you leave the house a wreck, which is easy to do, that's how you enter work,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
that just ripples out through your
That's
whole
it.
day.
It does. It
Yeah.
really does. Yeah. Awesome.
We started too. If something's going on, you have 90 seconds.
Yep.
To feel it and
Yep.
Get
and
it
vent
out,
about
and
it,
then
and then you're
it's
done.
it.
get pissed off and,
Yep.
and,
Yep,
and then
exactly.
move on.
Yep.
I like
And
that.
then let it
That's
go.
a
Good rule.
Let it
90
go.
seconds. Yeah. And everybody sticks to it. I mean, like our office manager is like, you've had your 90 seconds.
I don't want to hear about it
Yeah, I
again.
love it.
Yeah. Everybody's on that 90 seconds thing. So
That's probably saves you months at the end of the year of
does.
productivity, right?
Exactly.
yeah.
Because that
You're
same thing
right.
could take
'Cause we
you
can all act
2
like
days
it's-
to get
exactly.
Oh
to,
yeah. To
get over.
venting about. Yeah. And it's done. 90 seconds and that's it. Live with it.
All right,
Yeah.
we're
Let
gonna
it
steal
go.
that one. I like
Okay,
that.
let's
Yeah,
go.
absolutely.
That's good.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for letting us do it on location here at your office and
Yeah.
your soon-to-be podcast room, because we'd really love to have you join the podcast wave with us.
Yes.
It's pretty cool,
love
and it
it.
gets information out to people, and everybody.
It's fun.
It's just like a podcast in general. This is going to sound weird. I don't know how to say this, but like real podcast world, everybody has something different on their podcasts.
Yeah,
it's not like
exactly.
the business podcasts are the same, or the that guy that used to live in Colorado and he just moved. I can't think of his name. Anyway, he does a lot of like emotional stuff, and his is different than somebody else's, and so
Yeah.
that's what's cool with you starting it too. You'll be different than what we are, but we'll each get something, and
Out of it.
and the people out in the world will get something out of it different. That makes everybody different and cool. So
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for making the trip. I appreciate it.
Yep.
yeah. Oh
Thanks
heck,
for
we got to hit
inspiring
Starbucks.
us.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So we'll have to have you guys on our show when we get it.
Yes.
going.
Love it.
We'll
We'd
look
love
forward
it.
to
We
that.
would love it. Absolutely. We would come back for sure. In a
Excellent.
heartbeat.
Okay.
Thanks a million.
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thanks for always being there for me for partnerships and stuff. I appreciate that.
Likewise. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
It's been great working with you over the years.
It has for sure.
Perfect.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yampa Valley. Let's do it.
That's
yes. Yampa Valley.
That's right. Cool. Yay.
We'd like to give a big shout out to E&L Signs for being our sponsor of this podcast. E&L Signs serves Western Colorado and Eastern Utah for all your screen printing and vehicle lettering needs. With over 30 years experience, Ed and Lori will get it done for you. So remember, E&L Signs.
If you like what you hear, please take time to review us on Apple Podcasts and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Also, if you'd like to be on the podcast, let us know, or if you have someone you would like us to feature, let us know that as well.
Oh.